School is the most important thing in your life. And while I hate school, I got a PhD. And I hate school. I hate everything about it. So somebody say, E, if you hate school so much, why you get a PhD? Because I hate school, but I love options. You can have average skill, but you can't have average will. You can't have average will. Like your will has to be phenomenal. You have to see basketball as the gateway. It's like a passport. Basketball is just your way to get in, and then once you get in, boom, then you dominate. So I'm telling you, you're not taking a test because they're giving you the test. You're taking a test that's about to change your life, your mama's life. And I know if you take the test serious, you'll kill it. When you go through your go-through, your siblings are watching you. When you go through your go-through, your friends are watching you. When you go through your go-through, your parents are watching you. And people will use your strength to get through their stuff.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, E.T. Welcome to another edition of Free. Yeah, you heard what I said. F-R-E-E, freesummerschool.com. Look, knowledge is the new money. Many of the athletes you look up to, people you look up to, teachers you look up to, celebrities you look up to, mama, dad, cousin, family members you look up to, people in your community you look up to, community activists, whoever you looking up to, I promise you, somebody put them up on game. I promise you they didn't learn that information by themselves. I promise you they got the two-ear boy. They listen more than they talk. They stop talking long enough to get that information. Let's go early. Sound the alarm. We going early today. We going early. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. I'm going to say this twice. Finish last. You heard what I said. Finish last will always be better than did not finish. Finishing last will always be better than you didn't finish at all. And if you finish last, you can look behind you and see a whole bunch of jokers that didn't finish at all, which always trumps didn't start, right? Let me tell y'all something. Man, when I tell y'all, I probably finished in my class in college. Well, first for high school, I ain't finished, period. But in college, I probably finished last. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. When I say I probably finished last, I mean, if you went to school with me, if you came to college with me in 89, if you graduated, there's some people that didn't finish at all. But if you graduated, you probably graduated in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or you probably didn't graduate. It took me 12. I probably finished last. But let me tell you something. I finished, which is better than didn't finish. Why? Because although I finished last, I still got the same degree from the person who finished first. So whoever came to Oakwood, the class of 1989, and I was thinking about the year the school was established, 1896. Whoever finished in 1989 first, they graduated in 92, 93, right? 92, 93, right? Whoever finished in 94, somebody 95, I was probably last but they don't have a different degree than me. They didn't get a special, I didn't get okay, Eric, we're going to give you the purple degree. You didn't finish on time, so you're not going to get the one that looks like everyone. Yours isn't going to say Oakwood College. Yours is just going to have Oakwood. No, yours won't have the year 1896. Yours will have the year 1995. No, I got all the rights and privileges of the You better hear what I'm telling you. The person who finished first, the person who graduated in record time, he or she has no more privileges than I have. I finished, and I was able to get the same degree with the same privileges. I'm an alum. I am an alum. Matter of fact, if you go online, my daughter told me once, she's like, Dad, you like a special. I don't know what the term she used. Like, Dad, they got your face on there. You like a special alum. I finished 12 years later. I finished last and still consider, you better hear what I'm trying to tell you. Finish what you start. And here's the beautiful thing. The only thing I'm asking you to finish is what you started. If you using your room and you start clean it all the way up. Don't do it. You're not doing yourself no favor by not finishing what you start. You're not getting back at nobody. This is you. This whatever your hand find to do with all your might. All right, one more. B, give me the sound. B, I got one more. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said in left. One more time. Commitment means staying loyal, staying committed, y'all, to what you said you was gonna do. I want to play football. I want to go to NFL. I want to go to NBA. I want to play base. I want to be golf. I want to be an engineer. I want math. That's what you said. Now you woke up and now all of a sudden you up and you're not feeling it. You woke up and you lost. You woke up and you tired. You woke up and you said keep that same energy. And I'm telling y'all, my life blew up when I started saying I'm going to mail this on Monday. I'm going to send this letter. And I mailed it when I said I was going to mail it, or I mailed it, right? When I said I was going to do these videos, and every single day when you come, listen to me. I don't care if 5 people watching. I don't care if 10 people watching. I'm not doing these videos because you watching. I made a commitment to myself that based on what I saw mentally and emotionally, a lot of young kids who weren't in school, the digital, learning experience was devastating them, a catastrophe for them, right? And so I said, look, it wasn't about ability, it wasn't aptitude, it was attitude. They didn't feel connect, whatever. I'm about to get them back going. I don't care who listening to it. I said free. Only thing I got to spend is my time. And I sit here and record because I said I was going to do it. And let me tell y'all something. I don't know what blessing, but a major blessing about to come from this. Why? Because I did what I said I'm going to do. So it's your boy E.T., man. Make the commitment. Don't be scared. Make the commitment. The success is at the end of that commitment. Whatever it is you want, it's at the end of you being committed. Do me a favor. Do it even when you don't feel it. Everybody love the sun, but baby, can you stand the rain? Can you stand come on, can you stand the rain? Can you stand? Everybody loves the sun, but baby, can you stand the rain? This we know for sure. You know what I'm saying? We know for sure it's gonna rain. Can you keep that same energy when it rains? It's your boy E.T. Small steps, great distances. Now you know. Let's go.
Welcome to Free Summer School. Knowledge is the new money. Get you some. Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher, and friends. I'm your host, Quincy Harris. Before we start, man, or Deezy, they don't. I got a couple names. Before we start,
like P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, P. Diddy.
Listen, the bank account is so different from his. So, but no, before we start, man, I want to tell the students, man, take your time. Like, just really take your time. Like, I see sometimes my kids, like, they rush through things, right? And when they rush through things, they have to do it over. So, I'm like, if you just take your time, you would have literally, didn't have to go back and make double time. So that's what I want to tell the students today. Today we're talking about finishing what you start. Can you talk about completion, the art of completion?
Wow. So listen to me. Literally, I'm not playing. The difference between poverty, middle class, and people who are rich is execution, bro. It's no, like, for real. There's no other. Why? Because whether you poor, middle class, or rich, all 3 of those categories have ideas. All of them. All 3 of them got sweet ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, all 3 of those categories, ain't none of them missing sweet ideas. But one of them is missing execution, right? And the other one sometimes execute. But the rich, the wealthy, they execute every time. So here's the deal. You don't have to do 10 things. It's better to do one thing and get it done and go to the next one and get it done, right? So there's one group, they got about 50 things they're thinking about doing, and they may get 1 or 2 of them done. The trick is say you're going to do something and you do it, which is why I'm geeked about freesummerschool.com. Why? Because we said we were going to do it. We doing it, and watch all of the beautiful things that come from saying an idea and executing on that idea.
Man, no, that is powerful. Let's go to Moose. Moose, talk to us, man. Finish it when you start, bro.
Yeah. I think it's a management of emotions in this category, right? Like whenever you're thinking about, okay, I'm not able to complete the one thing that I've started. Let's kind of get behind that a little bit. Well, chances are you were really excited because you just got something new. It's like a new toy, a new pair of kicks. It's like, man, I'm excited to wear these. Like they're fresh. I'm very careful. You know how I walk. I don't want nobody stepping on my shoes. I'm extra careful. But you wear them a little bit more and they start to get worn out. You're not as careful. You're not working or moving with the same level of attention, right? So it's really just telling yourself that when you're working on something great, and as E mentioned, the people who make the most money, if that's what we're after at some point in our lives, we want to be able to achieve that. We got to understand that the people who make the most typically don't see it up front. It's usually a little bit later, right? When they're actually able to work through and kind of say, okay, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to continue to push through even when it's not as exciting because the payout is on the back end. So yeah, it's a management of emotions on this one, Q.
Bruh, Moose, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like you just saying that, bro. This is my part right here. Is responding to what Moose said. Moose, if I would have gotten that in 7th grade, if I would have got that in 8th grade, right, I would have been so far ahead, right? Because it's just that right there. Sometimes, especially being a high I, being a person with a big personality, I'm like, I like doing this right now, and then once I didn't like doing it no more, it was like, all right, I'm done. Right. And then you keep starting over and you keep starting and you have all these things that you just stopped and started, and you got nowhere. I'll tell you about ET and family. ET is one of these people that he says, hey, we're going to do this. And of course, he has a couple of different things going on, but he walks it down all the way. And I think a lot of times, you know, with kids or students, we get excited about that one subject that we love, but the other subject that we don't love, we're like, whatever. You gotta keep that same energy. Y'all know that's the term now. Keep the same energy. Y'all have to keep the same energy with the things that you love versus the things that are a little bit challenging for you. So, Moose, man, you spoke to me on that one, man. I'm only 26, so thank you for speaking to 26-year-old me on that one. Yeah. Speaking of 27, Auntie Val, talk to us, you know, about completion.
All right, look, starting is sweet, but finishing is sweeter. Starting is sweet, but finishing is sweeter. And we start school, like most was saying, we start school with our new clothes and we all in there with the new backpack and we ready, but then we don't even know where the backpack at by May. We good. We just in there. But the mindset is different. You come in with all this energy and you're ready to get it done. So for me, I reverse engineer the thing. So yes, I start, but the doctoral program, August of 2021, but I know that I'm finishing in May of 2024. I know. And even if the finish line moves a little bit or I move a little slower, it doesn't matter. I still have an end goal. So I started with the end in mind. So that way I have a vision. I have a focus on what I'm trying to do. So my youngins, this is what I need. See yourself in that cap and gown. See yourself. And if I know some middle schools don't have graduation ceremonies, that's okay. Your mama can buy you one. You can get a whole regale. You can get the cap, the gown, take some pictures, but see yourself at the finish line. Because if you could see yourself there, you won't stop until you get there. Does that make sense? So don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Don't let yourself tell you that you can't. We just talked about self-doubt. So finish what you start, because guess what? Like I said, starting is sweet, but finishing is way sweeter.
Wow. Thank you for that, Auntie Val. Let's talk about it, Kel. Talk to us about finishing what you start.
Here's what's coming to my brain, Q. When you start something easily, it's harder to finish. And when you start something hard, it's easier to finish, right? So I think nowadays with the internet in our generation, it's so easy to start something. You can go on www.startupabusiness.com and have a business started up in 20 minutes, right? But finishing it, seeing that through becomes much more difficult because you're expecting the journey to be just as easy as the start. It's like, no, it's you know what I'm saying. It gets more difficult from here. But when it takes you a while to start something, when you have to toil with something, when you have to flesh out an idea over years, when you have to have different iterations of your company rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall over the years, finishing it is so much easier because you got all of the big challenges out the way in the beginning. It's like, oh man, I done already smoked this challenge. I can, you know what I'm saying? This part of the challenge is easy to me. So that's why I think is the problem with our generation. It's too easy to start stuff. And then we get this adrenaline rush when we start something. Like you already know. If I look at my Instagram feed, somebody started a boutique over here. Somebody started a hair business over here. Somebody started selling treats next to their hair business over here. And then they start all of these things. But then a year afterwards, they like, oh no, man, I work at a call center now. Or you know what I'm saying? I done switched hustles. You know what I'm saying? So it's so easy to start stuff in this generation that it's hard to finish. So I think that we have to adjust our goals to make account for the difficulty setting that we started on, so that we can keep that same energy when we're trying to finish. Like if you know you started easy, be prepared for it to get more difficult. And if you know that it was challenging to start, be prepared to be ready for the challenges that come.
Listen, y'all killing it today. I mean, Kale, you talking about our generation. I know it's crazy. Me and you.
If you 26, I'm 13. So,
Yeah.
You're talking to my generation.
You talk to us. Charles Terry Jr., man, talk to us, man. Start with you finish.
Man, so even when Kale was saying a minute ago about how easy it is to start things, my brain went to working out. It's easier for me to get up in the morning and go straight to the gym and just get it over with. Because after I start working and I start giving away, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? We'll go tomorrow. We're going to try again tomorrow. Nobody's really watching, right? But it's important that you remember why you started. So when you sit back and you try to process, why did I start doing what I started doing? And that will help you get to the finish line. So I found a quote that says, perseverance is stubbornness with purpose. So like you're literally just pushing through to get to the end result. So when you have like Val said, the end in mind, it's clear on how to reach the goal that I'm going for because I know where I'm going. So when you're not going blind, you can get to your destination. So map it out. Again, I'm going to keep telling you guys to write things down. Write out the vision, write out exactly what it looks like, write your end date, write the goal. But all the stuff can happen around the goal, but the goal still stays the same.
Coach B, take us home, man. Finishing what you start.
When I think about finishing what you start, the biggest thing that comes to mind is when you don't finish, you just leave too much on the table. And when I really think about what I'm trying to get out of life, if I succeed or fail, I can deal with that. But if I get to the end of whatever journey I'm on and I feel like I left something out, I held back, there was something still on the table that I didn't take advantage of, that's something that I don't feel like I can handle. And so even with my gymnastics experience, you've heard that story before, got cut from the team 4 times in 5 years. People are always asking me, why do you keep coming back? Why do you keep trying? Why do you keep doing this? Because I can't get to the end of that, go to the next chapter of my life and feel like, well, what if I had done more? So for me, finishing what I start, it's just that insurance policy against regret, because that's truly what I'm trying to avoid. And here's the deal. You build a reputation with yourself when you do that. When you finish what you start to develop a reputation in your own mind, an identity of who you are that, you know what, I don't quit. I don't stop.
Wow.
I can handle this. And that's something that you'll be able to take with you long after you finish whatever it is that you started, and you'll be able to use that for the rest of your life.
Man, ET, man.
That's big.
I'm gonna have to go
That's
watch.
big. That's big.
It's just the replay one. I got to really go back. Y'all all
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
real. They own something. Let me say this to you. So I got a big project, right? And I asked a friend who is an expert in this particular area, to assist me, right? So I was like, yo, I need somebody to do X, Y, and Z for me. And I named a person. It's like, yo, you think that'd be a good person? It's a friend. And they said, look, I ain't spit no venom on nobody. But let me say this. 2 years ago, they were doing this. Last year, they were doing this. Now, I heard they doing this. But if they doing it, they ain't been doing it for about a year or so. So I'm not telling you they're not good. I don't know if they're good or not. I just know I don't know them for that. That's a pretty big investment you're making. I don't know if I would have somebody do it
that we don't know for a fact that they've been doing it for a long period of time and they have empirical evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, they got a small sample size and you try and spend almost 400 grand. I wouldn't spend that kind of money on somebody who has that small of a sample size. So it's important for us not only to finish what we start, but finish often and finish over a long period of time so people can take you serious. So Brandon said it. First, you got to take yourself serious, but then people got to take you serious. And it's real hard for me to take, Waffle House serious if they say they're selling chicken sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing against Waffle House, but if they say they got the grit ministry with the cheese and the cheesy eggs, I'm like, let's go. But I don't know if I want an egg from Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they do have eggs, and maybe they cook eggs well. I don't know. I just know Waffle House got the breakfast on lockdown. I don't know if I'm going to Waffle House if they come out with the cornbread and turnip greens with the macaroni and cheese. I don't know. So I'm telling y'all, if you want people to take you serious and you want to stop being looked at as a joke, start completing stuff and complete it at a high level and complete it over a long period of time. I'll leave you with this. There's a reason why a restaurant or a store has how long they've been in business on the door. There's a reason why they say established in 1949. There's a reason why they're telling you that. They don't just have it up there just for fun. They want you to know how long they've been in business and how good they are at what they do. Remember, small steps, great distances. Now you know. Let's go.